It's Alex the beach dude here on the west coast, the southwest coast of Mauritius Island in the Indian Ocean. I've been here a couple of weeks treasure hunting, looking for gold, rings, and jewelry on the beaches here. I've stuck primarily to the west coast. Last week I was up on the northwest coast at a place called Beach. I did okay there. I think I found 4 or 5 gold rings up there. Now I'm down in the Flick and Flack Black River area on the southwest coast of Mauritius. It's really, really beautiful here. I have to show you. This is just absolutely stunning. You can see in the distance the waves breaking. There's a coral reef there, and the ocean waves are breaking there. So in front of it here is primarily a lagoon. There's no waves, hardly any swell. Very, very quiet to swim in. A great place to be, to go on vacation. This beach is really long. It's like 8 kilometers long. It starts, I guess, down here in front of this little mountain here. The first resort you'll see at the bottom of this beach is called the Sands Resort. It's a little small, beautiful resort. I've hunted that. I've never found anything there. I stepped on a ray there, which was got a bit of a start. And then a fish hit my leg, and it felt like a punch in the leg. I don't know what kind of fish it was, but when I looked around, it was gone. So I think my scoop was stirring up stuff on the bottom, and little fish were eating that, and I think this big fish just came in for a look and hit me by mistake, but it gave me a bit of a fright, so I got out of the water there. But there's plenty of resorts here. I mean, there's down here's the Hilton. Here where I am now is called Sugar Beach. It's a plantation style kind of resort, and it's massive. I mean, this beach is like just in front of this resort is a kilometer long. It's a great place. For the treasure hunter, there's some things to consider here. It's not an easy place to hunt. Although it looks like it, it's definitely not. There's a lot of coral here, and not just the loose dead coral you see on the beach like this. If you're familiar at all with coral, it's very, very hard. When it dies, it's like concrete. But underneath the sand, there's about, I guess, 6 inches of sand, 4 to 6 inches of sand. Underneath this is an old dead coral reef, and it's solid coral. It's like cement. It's totally like cement. Any targets that are here are in crevices or holes in it, or they're buried under it, and it's really hard to get them out. You need proper tools for it. I've been using a Stavr M9 scoop, which is his strongest scoop he makes. I've been pounding, I mean literally pounding and kicking at coral with this for 2 weeks, and you can see there's not even a ding on it. I mean, I'm amazed. This scoop is amazing. I brought a handle from Canada. It's a snow shovel handle, ashwood, very light and strong. And I've varnished it 4 times with spar marine varnish to keep the sea out, to give it some strength. Although the sea is starting to encroach in the lower part here. But anyway, I'm going to throw it away when I leave. I'm not bringing it back, so I'm just going to cut it out. I brought a little saw to cut it off when I go home. What I'm using to detect with is basically a stock Excalibur. The only difference being is that I have gel pads on my headphones, because I find it makes it easier for me to wear. The headphones have always been the weak spot in the Excalibur. I think I might ask Old Beach Nut to maybe put a headphone plug on my Excalibur, so I can try a different set of headphones next year, because the headphones are really annoying. But otherwise, the machine is great. I'm using a carbon fiber Anderson straight shaft, and Anderson's new carbon fiber lower shaft. Now, the weight difference is marginal, I have to tell you, than using the Anderson or Plogger straight shafts. But I mean, when you're in the water 8 hours a day, that little half a pound is a huge difference. It's a big difference. So anything you can do to save that is good. Also, I've noticed that the lower shaft is Anderson's new lower shaft, Pete Anderson's newer lower shaft. It's really strong. This part here is like very, very strong, and it's very rigid too when you get the both of them together. The fit is a little tight though, so I bought some silicone spray here locally, and I'm spraying it so I can actually close it up and open it up easier if I have to do that. I'm using very strong booties here that I bought in Canada. They have the protection going all the way up the sides and very, very thick soles. There's sea urchins here, and there's cone snails here. A lot of sharps in the sea, but natural sharps like this. So even people who vacation here, they recommend you wear stuff on your feet to protect yourself. There's sea cucumbers and stuff that, you don't want to step on because they're kind of gross to step on. But that's why you wear protection. I also wear these thick soles because I'm kicking the scoop often, and it makes it easier to do that. I have Kevlar cut gloves, which I've been wearing, and they're holding up really well. I'm going to buy a couple more pairs when I go home, because these I've been using, I guess, for 3 months. I was in South Africa before this, so I've been using these constantly, and they're working well. I got them because of the cone snails, which the cone snails here can kill you, apparently, if you get stung by one. They're not around during the day. At night, they bury themselves about, 12 to 18 inches under the sand, and this is the area where I'm digging. So they're sleeping during the day, and I'm digging them out of my scoop, and when I'm looking in my scoop for treasure, I don't want to get stung. The people who get stung by them, they pick them up on the beach. They think they're empty, and they're actually alive. A stray one on the beach, and there's a little harpoon in them. They're hunting snails. What they do is they lie on the bottom at night, and then when a fish swims by, they send a little harpoon out and inject it with venom. And this venom is so strong, apparently the pain is just brutal. So I don't want to get stung by one of those. So I'm wearing cut gloves. I have a pack with me, and in the pack I keep water with some fruit juice mixed in. And I've got some GoPro parts and stuff in there. I've got a spare Excalibur battery. Although, to be honest, I've hunted. Yesterday, day before, I was in the sea for 8 hours, and I still didn't go through one Excalibur battery. I don't understand how that is happening. My Excalibur batteries are lasting really nicely. I have 2 just in case. All right, so this is my second to last day here in Mauritius. So I'm starting off at the bottom. My flat up here is maybe about 5 kilometers away. So I'm going to walk in the ocean for 5 kilometers in various areas I see with little depressions or troughs, and I'm going to look for rings. Yesterday I found 3 gold rings closer to my flat up the beach, and an 18K and 2 9Ks. But I found 2 platinum rings in here this week. So I'm going to look in here and see what I can find. Currently it's high tide, and it's starting to go out now. Now I'll give you a look at Mauritius again. It's really beautiful. This hill here is called Lamorne, and next year, gold God willing, if I come, I'm going to check out around there. Apparently there's some nice resorts on the other side of there, but the water's rough there too. But I hunt in South Africa in big waves, so I know sort of how to handle that to a degree. Waves coming in. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to put on my GoPro, and I'm going to start hunting. Anyway, if you can ever come down to Mauritius, even if it's just for vacation, you should, because I think it's the most beautiful place on the planet. It's just stunning. And here's one last look before I go treasure hunting. Beach dude out. Talk to you later.